little Brushflies, welcome back to my channel Brushfly MUA. If you're new here, hi, welcome. My name is Mercedes and I'm the face behind Brushfly MUA, and if you are new, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you're not, hi, welcome back. So today's video, I've taken a bit of inspiration from Kat from Beauty News and also Kelly Gooch. I love watching their YouTube channels and they quite often do like 1 week, one palette. So this is the Soph Super Spice palette and this is from her new collaboration with Revolution. I reviewed the full collection, I will link that video down below, but the eyeshadow palette I was a little bit harsh on, which made me think of doing the 1 week, one palette review so I could really get to know this palette. So in my first impressions, I guess, I said it was a lot like her Extra Spice palette. There's a lot of shades in here that are really similar to what is in her other palette. Yes, there are a few new ones like the purple, the blue, the pink, and like these two shimmers. But the rest of it, for me, really screamed Extra Spice, which, as I've played around with this palette for this week, I think I still stand by the fact that it is very similar to the Extra Spice palette, and I did say in my original video that if you have her first collabs then you possibly don't need this. So I did have a look on the Revolution website because I have the Extra Spice palette but I don't have the first one she did, and I did notice there was a pink shade in that palette, and you know, in her Extra Spice there are definitely the orange, the yellow, the red, the neutrals, these sort of shades. There is greens and there is like a maroony red, which if you darken down you could possibly compare it to the purple shade in here, although I definitely think the purple shade in here is more purple. There are no blues in that one. So I think I still stand by the fact that if you have her other palettes, you're not necessarily going to need this one, unless of course you absolutely love Soph like I do and you're going to grab her collection anyway, even if there are repeated shades. I mean, Cookie Dough is a repeated shade, that was definitely in the Extra Spice palette and it's in this one. So am I mad at that? No, because I do tend to use that shade quite a lot. But you know, after playing around with it for a week, I think I have fallen in love with this palette a little bit more. Yes, I was harsh and I do still stand by what I said, like I said, but I do love this palette. So I'm gonna stop the video here and show you guys my week of makeup looks using this palette, and then I'm going to discuss the formula, the colours, etc. As you saw, I did quite a few TikToks. I also just randomly took photos if I didn't do a TikTok that day. And I have really tried to use as many colours as possible from this palette. I even use the green, and I don't use greens. So what do I have to say about using this palette for the past week? Well, I do really like it. And I do want to apologise to Soph because I was maybe a little bit harsh. But like I said, I do kind of still think that if you have the others, you don't need this. But if you don't have the others and you're looking at them and this one and you're like, what one do I get? I would say if you don't have any, get this one. Because you do have the playful, colourful eye looks, you have the neutrals. So, you know, it's a bit of a everyday palette because you can use the neutrals every day, but you can use the playful ones at weekends or whenever you want. Now, my personal favourite shade in this palette has to be Dreamy. So that is like the shimmery metallic I'm wearing on my eye today. That one is, it's like a one of a kind. I don't have that in any of my other palettes. It is stunning and it's so super soft. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. And if you put like a certain colour underneath it, it is going to shine through and just, I don't know, makes it look even more beautiful. The other ones I like and I am a fan of are obviously the pink and the purple. I do like the blue. Obviously I like Cookie Dough. I like these two shimmers here. They are all absolutely lovely, really, really pigmented. The green, now I don't tend to wear green because I have green eyes. Green tends to wash me out a little bit. But I used the green from this palette and I also wore it with the blue. It was stunning, and actually I had a lot of comments that day on how colourful and playful and pretty my eye look was, so I'm gonna give it due where due is needed. The green is stunning. I haven't used this one, which is like a metallic green, just because it looks a bit more cool toned even though it is metallic. If you can hear screaming in the background, my neighbour's kids are having a birthday party and I think one of them's got the ump. But yeah, this one I think is more cool toned than this one, and I think it would wash me out. The dud shade in this palette I think has to be Lockdown, this purple shade, but I am wearing it today, but I mixed it with Lover. Literally I dabbed, mixed it all together, and it has created a nice eye look. So although I find it dud, you can use it if you mix it with other colours. This shade up here I do really like, but I only tend to use it for my inner corner. It's a really, really crumbly formula. Like you put your brush in and straight away it crumbles, but it is a beautiful, beautiful shade. But I do find that it's good for inner corner because there's not too much crumble fallout. But when I have put it over my lid, I put it over the top of Cookie Dough and cereal, I did like a brown smoky eye. And although it looked beautiful, I did have to tidy up a lot because it did crumble literally all over my face. So not the best, but I do really like this palette, and I think I've actually enjoyed every single eye look I have done this week using this palette. I have definitely really enjoyed, and actually the white shade up here, which I've blobbed concealer in, is actually a really handy shade. I've used it today to sort of lighten up the blue, so it's more of a sea foamy look than just complete blue. So yeah, I do have to say this palette, I might have been a little bit harsh at the beginning. I absolutely love this palette now. I do think it's one of my favourites in my collection. Her Extra Spice palette has always been my favourite in my collection, so the fact that they're like my favourites at the moment is really funny. Especially because I was like, yeah, they're really similar. I do still stand by that though. They are still quite similar. I have got shades in here that are so similar to the Extra Spice palette, though I don't necessarily think you need them all. But if, like me, you are a big Soph fan, go ahead and get it. I mean, I've got one of her t-shirts on today from her Skinny Dip. I always call it Skinny Dip. From her Skinny Dip collab. Like, I love Soph. She's amazing. So yeah, this palette I do really like. I have enjoyed my week of using it, and I think you guys would enjoy it too. Obviously, if you have our others and you're a bit on the fence, I don't know, but I do personally like it myself. So yeah, I guess maybe I shouldn't be so harsh on a first impressions. Like, not that I was harsh, I did feel really mean at the end of the video. I was like, oh, I'm a bit not wowed. And at first I was not wowed. I was looking at it and I'm like, all I can see is extra spice. So yeah, here is extra spice. You know, just because you have no idea what I'm going on about. So, you know, to me when I look at it, I can really see like this mirrored in that. Obviously, there are some slightly different shade differences. Like definitely the blues, the purple, the pink. But you can see like the greens are there. The neutral tones there, the oranges, the yellow, the red. So I definitely do still stand by the fact that I don't necessarily think you need the two. But you know, if you want them, then get them, because you are going to get a lot of use out of them. And yes, there is reds, yellows and oranges in both palettes, but if you are the type of person that is going to use those colours and you're going to hit pan, at least you're going to have double and you haven't got to worry about buying any more. But yeah, if you're a bit on the fence, here is what they look like together. So, you know, I like them both. This one has definitely been a favourite of mine for quite some time. I have hit pan. I'm nearly hitting pan on other shades. This one I can definitely see myself playing with a lot and possibly hitting pan on this one as well. So that is my 1 week 1 palette review. I guess I have kind of changed my mind. I am a little bit more wowed by it and I have really enjoyed it this week. So yeah, so I guess this video is done and I will see you all in my next one. If you like this one, please give it a thumbs up. Give me a comment down below. What are your thoughts and feelings on the Soph palette? Have you enjoyed it? Do you find it to be quite similar to the Extra Spice? Let me know. Am I just being a twonk? Am I looking at it completely differently and I should be thinking, no, they are definitely two completely different palettes. But yeah, let me know your opinions. I would love to hear them. So yeah, take care. See you all soon. Bye.